Whatever you do, make sure you visit AshKickin.com for your home fragrance, health, and beauty needs. Quality products at a great price.
Hi, I'm Brianna, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation featuring Town Business. We are here with trainer Jeff Ryel. Man, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
All right, man. So give us the profile on you, man. Tell us where you from, man, and how you got into boxing, man.
Man, from San Francisco. Got into boxing, in high school. Coach Ben Batista brought his youth program up there for the unprivileged, youth in the area. And, we was always fighting in the streets. So, man, he seen something in all of us out there. And, he knew we could transition it into something positive, man. That's how I got in this boxing game.
All right, Jeff, what part of Frisco you from, man?
I'm from the Western Addition, man, Fillmore, man.
Oh, okay. San Quinn, huh?
Yeah, all that, man. GLP, Quinn, the whole, all that. That was all, that was the era when we were growing up. They had the city popping, as far as the rap industry goes. It was just interesting to see that growing up. And it gave me an insight about, business also, because we were in the mix doing street team promotion for these guys, as the youngies out there, but collectively was working, It's one way or another.
All right. So Jeff, how did you link up with Virgil Hunter, man, and how did you end up here, man?
So the relationship with Virgil started with, Kareem Mayfield. That's my partner. We've been working, since day one. We always been connected just through the Bay Area. The boxing scene ain't too big out here, but it's, well-kept group. So, they're going up in the boxing game. We were just right across the water and getting that work. We had to find that real work. So we found ourselves in Oakland, and Virgil always been around on this side. And, we just continue to just grow with that guy. Just, getting the information and the game and all that. You know what I mean? And eventually he came over and started training with him, and that's how these relationships, came about.
Yeah, I gotta ask you something. Me and you both born and bred in the Bay, man. We come up with a lot of slang. A lot of people bought our slang and everything and don't give us credit. How do you feel about stuff like that, man? People just, biting off the Bay, man. Just like the best boxer in the planet is from the Bay Area, but then they got other people that, trying to, anoint them the best boxer on the planet, as in guys like Lomachenko, who only got 10 fights in. So how do you feel about some of these people that won't place Andre Ward as the best fighter on the planet?
I mean, everybody has their opinion, but just the truth, shows in the word. Everybody see what Dre been doing through the years, man. The Super 6 tournament, he went through everybody in that whole division, and nobody could say nothing right then. I mean, just because, he just ran through everybody. Whoever they put in front of him, every different type of fighter, everything. I mean, that right there in itself was, quite an accomplishment, I feel. And just overall, every time the guy steps in the ring, man, he's straight professional, man. He handles his business.
All right, Jeff, we finally got the rematch in place, man. How do you see this rematch turning out? Do you see it being more one-sided instead of being a close fight? How do you see this fight going since you worked so closely with Ward?
I just see the fight continuing off where it left off, man. Kovalev, didn't have an answer from the middle of the fight, I say from 5 to 6 on. And Dre, he picked up picked himself up off the ground and went to work, like a true champion. So I don't see Kovalev changing anything besides making more mistakes by being more aggressive, so which is going to enable Dre to, get more bigger shots in and possibly, stop the fight, I feel.
Oh, okay, so you predicting possibly a stoppage on
one way or another, either it's going to be with the pressure or Dre might just put him down and the guy might just, not get up. Who knows?
Are you seeing a different type of Dre in this particular training camp? Do you see him like possibly just going to be more intense in this fight? What's his vibe for this fight? Is he angry or is he just same old Dre?
Same old Dre, man. Gets here, just true professional at everything he does. He gets here, gets ready, goes to work, you know what I mean? I don't see, never see anger in the guy, man. The guy's, like I said, man, he's a technician. He comes in here and he uses his brain. He's not in here trying to beat things up. He's in here thinking. And I don't see him changing that. Like I said, he's going to go into that fight nice, cool, calm, and relaxed. see what's coming at him, and sit in the fire and handle his business.
Yeah, so you know, we got a fight coming up tonight, man. Of course, you know a guy that's in your camp. You know, I call you guys the team since you all work in this gym together. So, how you give us your take on Berto versus Porter? How you see this fight turning out tonight, Jeff?
It's gonna be a nice fight, obviously. You know, I mean, these dudes are 2 hungry guys. You know, Porter's gonna come out. He got something on his mind. You know, what I mean, close decision with Thurman. So, you know, he wants to get back. Berto, man, I see a changed guy, honestly. You know, like they said, this is like his second win. You know what I mean? Like when you're fighting, the guy's been, you know, fixing his mistakes, and he's really a student of the game. Also, you know, and people fail to give him credit for that. The guy comes in, a hard worker, just like Dre. You know what I mean? Ain't no bullshit going on. Everybody's working hard, man. So in the end, I feel Berto gonna pull it out. You know, because Porter's, you know, still gonna make those mistakes, and I feel like Berto was gonna capitalize off those mistakes.
Yeah, let's be honest. Sean Porter is known not to have a fan-friendly style, and he likes to fight on the inside and try to rough up his opponents. He doesn't really particularly try to box. He tries to plow his opponents. He is strong for somebody his size. Does Berto have a plan for that? Does he have something to counter that?
I mean, he definitely has a plan for that, which is just using his brain. I mean, it's just like you guys say, man. I mean, or everybody be talking about Lomachenko, you know, and his angles and this. You know, everybody sees that bull come in. They know how to get their feet moving and get that out the way, and they're going to make him pay, man. And just not overall, just power and being prepared, more prepared for this fight. You know, bringing the right sparring guys in, you know, and just being ready in those situations. It ain't like you got to sit there and fight him in that situation, but know when it happens, he's going to be prepared for it, and he can, you know, weather the storm and get back to what he got to do in the fight and control the tempo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jeff, so tell us some of the fighters you work with in here, because you are a trainer, man.
Hey,
you know,
man, whoever come through this thing, man, I like to give my, you know, a little here and there, but, you know, I'm working with, you know, Mario Barrios. He got his fight coming up this Tuesday, April 25th. Fox Sports. I mean, pretty much everybody. We got Tony Yoka, the heavyweight. We got Marlon Moore. We got Kareem Mayfield. We got Levon Wolf, which is always fighting. And I always we got the ladies, Marlene, Nicole from Great Britain. I mean, there's plenty of people coming through, and you know, we all just collectively working together, and you know, making sure we all get to that right goal, which is the top.
So, Jeff, will you be working any of these fights? Will you be working in Vegas on June the 17th?
Hey, man, I'm working wherever I got to be. You know what I mean? That's how this thing works. You know what I mean? If I need to be there and I need to show up, I'm going to be there. If I got to be here working out with everybody else, that's where I'm going to be, man. There's no egos. There's nothing, man. Whoever shows up and he get the work done, that's who's going to be there.
All right, man. Peter Quillen from Fonfara has been trained in here, man.
I forgot about this guy. I didn't forget, but you know, there's so many to name.
Yeah. So is there a timetable on any time we're gonna see Peter Quillen back? And
Peter, I mean, I'm thinking he got a date. I'm not particularly sure. Fonfara just got his date with rematch with Stevenson, so he's started training camp. Oh, he never got out of camp. That dude's a workhorse too, man. But yeah, everybody's in tune, man. Like I said, everybody got something going on. So just the whole vibe, man, is real.
Oh, okay, Jeff. So yeah, man, I gotta ask you about Fonfara. He got a rematch with Adonis Stevenson. So are we gonna see a different Fonfara in this fight versus, you know, the Fonfara we saw in the first fight? Because I got a chance to see him sparring, and I saw some things I did like that he might could do. You know, do different than what he did in the first fight. So how do you think, now that he's training with Virgil and under you guys, how do you see this fight with Adonis Stevenson turning out?
Like I said, man, Adonis Stevenson, well, I don't know, I ain't never said it, but Adonis Stevenson's a good fighter too, man. He's a champion in his own right. So Fonfara, like, that first fight, that was like, if I'm not mistaken, that was like his first fight, right? That was televised and kind of his biggest fight, so something like that. And, you know, given that what he did in that fight, he made it close at the end. So now that he's been more prepared, he's in the right environment, I feel, getting the right training he needs, the right work, you know, it's going to be a different outcome. You know? a guy can turn it up, and Stevenson is going to think it's the same guy. You got something, else in store, man.
All right, man. Well, thanks, Jeff, for taking the time out to talk to us. Hey, Jeff, tell us about everything, your Twitter account, your Facebook, man. Tell us how to reach you, man.
Hey, I'm right here, man. Jeff Ryel, Instagram, Real SF. I don't have no Twitter, none of that, but just give me a right out there on Instagram, man.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Love that.